just bringing all of this to you live to show you how to reclaim your natural and rightful state of wellness. If you have not gotten a copy of my book, here it is. It's Reclaiming Wellness, Ancient Wisdom for Your Happy, Healthy, and Beautiful Life. The book explores the really popular wellness practices of today and their multicultural roots, and it inspires you, or it hopes to inspire you, to embrace the wellness practices of your ancestry so that then you can also embrace your natural and rightful state of wellness. So as I said, I'm coming here every single day, coming to talk about a different chapter, different category of wellness that is explained in the book. So today we have, just for as a way of telling you what's been going on. On day one, we talked about wellness, how it's not just for the privileged few. It is critically important that we understand that this is not, we don't need to be perfect. We don't need things to be exactly as we wanted before we can embrace wellness. And you can do it with little to no cost. All you need to is prepare and make a plan and find time. And we'll talk about that at the very end. We on day two, we talked about plants that help us heal, because as you know, I'm a herbalist and I love my plants. I think they're incredible. Number three, we talked about yoga and other forms of movement. We talked about a lot of them, not just yoga. So check that video out. And on the day before, we talked about going within on day three, which is all about meditation, visualization, and other practices. On day four, we talked about yoga and other forms of movement. And today we're going to talk about a plant-based diet, because as you know, I love my plants. I think they're incredible. I 100% believe that the best diet for you is a plant-based diet. And if you have missed some of the other videos, all you have to do is go to my channel and find the playlist called Reclaiming Wellness Book Challenge, and you'll see all the other ones. They're about 6 or 7 minutes long, so you can actually listen to them, get a copy of the book, and follow along. So today we're going to talk about a plant-based diet, and this is an excerpt from the chapter about plant-based living, and it says, while discussing food and wellness with Janae Claiborne from Sweet Potato Soul, you probably know her well, a dear friend and colleague who is a vegan chef, wellness advocate, and popular YouTuber, I discovered that the two of us have one thing in common besides a plant-based diet. Both our grandparents ate almost exclusively homemade meals with fresh ingredients and a limited amount of processed foods. Not everyone is blessed to grow up in a family with a healthy approach to food, but no matter what your diet consists of now, we can all learn to adopt a healthier approach. Our life, our longevity, and even the health of the next generation may depend on it. Janae has said to me, quote, I believe that health is wealth. More than anything else, that's the foundation of any type of success and broader generational wealth. I think is a requirement, especially in a country with such expensive healthcare. I don't see how it's possible to be unhealthy and to build wealth in any other form. So I do think when you decolonize your diet, you reclaim your health. You start to feel better and to pass down healthy eating to your family and to your children. So she could not be more clear about that. And I love the concept of decolonizing our minds and decolonizing our foods. The chapter actually takes a trip around the world, telling you from different parts of the world, the amazing people have been eating plant foods for many, many, many hundreds of years. So I encourage you to have been eating for the last, 600-700 years, maybe up to 1,000 years. I also like to talk a little bit about that concept of decolonizing the mind, because so often we believe that, healthy foods or plant-based foods or foods that are organic or homemade foods or expensive restaurants are exclusively for rich people, for white people, for those people that may have more resources than us or not. And I see it in my community. I see it with Latinos all the time telling me like, well, we just grew up eating pork, or we see from Black people saying, well, we just love our fried chicken. And yeah, that's true, we actually do love all this stuff, but there's also a lot of other stuff that come from the planet, that comes from the earth, that we love and is part of our ancestry. So it's critical that we learn to go back to the foods that our grandparents, great grandparents, and great great grandparents were eating, so that we can reclaim those foods and also our state of wellness. And then one other thing, the book actually includes a little trivia about the amazing civil rights advocates and leaders of the United States. People like Dolores Huerta, like Martin Luther King Jr., like oh my God, what is it? Rosa Parks. All those people ate mostly vegetarian, or exclusively vegetarian, because they were not just advocates for humans, they were advocates for the planet. The planet that is the only home we have to live in, the planet that requires us to actually be strong and protected, because that is the only way we will be able to survive in the long run. So those people that we consider our leaders from previous generations knew how to eat from the ground, from Mother Earth, and it's important that we learn to do that too. So that is your homework for today. Find a food or two or three or four that you love, and find a new recipe or find a new way of eating them. And if you already do that, then find one or two that you've never tried before, or that you haven't tried in a very long time, and embrace it and find ways to enjoy it, so that you can learn something new and get excited about trying new plant foods. If you post something on social media, make sure that you tag me at Jovanka Ciares anywhere on social media. It's the same hashtag everywhere, with the same ID everywhere, or that you use the hashtag reclaiming wellness, so I can find you, give you a shout out, and comment or answer your questions. If you have any questions whatsoever, any comments, make sure that you leave a comment below, so I get to answer it for you. Make sure that you share this video with all of your friends all over the internet, and that you subscribe for more tips and a jolt of motivation for your healthy, happy, and beautiful life. See you soon. See you tomorrow, day 6.